I want to read some passages from The Courage to Heal that talk about flashbacks, sense memories, and bodily memories. And these are going to include some CSA related details. Flashbacks are memories that are so vivid you feel as though the original experience is happening again now rather than just being remembered. Flashbacks may be accompanied by the feelings you feel at the time, or they may be stark and detached, like watching a movie about somebody else's life. Frequently, flashbacks are visual, such as, I saw his sausage coming at me, or I couldn't see his face, just a big black belt that he always wore. These memories can be very dramatic. It goes into an example. My husband was just beginning to initiate some lovemaking. I had a flash in my mind. The closest way I can describe it is that it was much like viewing slides in a slideshow, when the slide goes by too fast but slow enough to give you some part of the image. It was somebody jamming their fingers up inside of my... It was very vivid, and enough of the feelings came sneaking in that I knew it wasn't a fantasy. There was an element of it that made me stop and take notice. I lay there and I let it replay a couple of times. I felt confused. I was aware that it was something that happened to me. I even had a recollection of the pain. I scrambled around in my mind for an explanation. Was it a rough lover that I had? Immediately, I knew that couldn't be the case. So I went back into the flash again. Each time I went back, I tried to open it up to see a little more. I didn't see his face, but I could sense an essence of my father. But not everyone is visual. One woman was upset that she couldn't get any pictures. Her father had held her at knife point in the car, face down in the dark, and raped her. But she had never seen anything. She had heard him. And when she began to write the scene in Spanish, in her native language, all came back to her. His threats, brutality, and the violation. Flashbacks can involve any of the senses. What you heard, saw, smelled, tasted, felt, or what you thought can return with such immediacy that you actually relive the original experience. Sense memory. Often, it is a particular touch, smell, or sound that triggers a memory. You might remember when you return to the town, the house, or the room where the abuse took place, or when you smell a certain aftershave that your abuser wore. 35-year-old Ella says, "It's all really tactile, sensory things that have brought memories back. Textures, sounds, the smell of my father's house, the smell of vodka on somebody." Ella had a magic purple quilt when she was a little girl. Her grandmother made it for her. It was supposed to keep her safe. Nothing bad could happen to her as long as she was under it. The quilt had been lost for many years, but when Ella finally got it back at 21, it triggered a whole series of memories. Touch can also reopen memories. Women have had images come up while they were being massaged. You may freeze and you may see images from your past while you're making love. Your lover breathes in your ear just as your abuser once did, and it all comes spilling back. This is somebody's anecdote. Sometimes when we're making love, I feel like my head just starts to float away somewhere. I feel like I literally split off at my shoulders and I get very lightheaded and dizzy. It's as if someone was blowing a fan down on top of my head. There's a lot of movement down past my hair. It's like rising up out of my head. I get really disoriented. The other thing I experience is a lot of splitting right at the hips. My legs get very heavy and very solid. They just feel like dead weight, like logs. No energy is passing through them. Then I get really sick to my stomach, just violently ill. I find the minute I get nauseous, whatever it is very close to me, and if I pay attention to it, I can see it and move on. This subsection is called "The Body Remembers What the Mind Chooses to Forget." Memories can remain stored in our bodies, in sensations, feelings, and physical responses. Even if we do not know what took place, fragments of what we suffered endure. You may be assailed by unexplained physical pain or arousal, fear, confusion, or any other sensory aspect of the abuse. You may physically re-experience the terror. Your body may clutch tight, or you may feel that you are suffocating and cannot breathe. Somebody's anecdote. I would get body memories that would have no pictures to them at all. I would just start screaming and feel that something was coming over my body that I had no control over. And I would usually get them right after making love, or in the middle of making love, or right in the middle of a fight. When my passion was aroused in some way, I would remember in my body, although I couldn't have a conscious picture, just the screaming coming out of me.